passing around. Oh, cost that this, cost that. Where were you when I was raising money left and right to feed him and fly him from hospital to hospital? Where were you all? Sitting there talking nonsense. Talking about cause I ain't got no integrity. I didn't have integrity when I was feeding Joseph Boakai. Your God. Bunch of ungrateful people. Have you heard Joseph Boakai deny that I was raising money left and right to feed him? Have you heard him deny it? He would never deny it. Because he knows this to be true.
Some of you thought I was never going to create service of Boakai. Yeah. Because I went to counties. I'm not criticizing because I want to criticize. I'm criticizing because we said yesterday, former President we are riding private jet. But the Joseph Boakai brought to power is riding private jet from here to go to Louisiana. Yeah. But I will speak because people in sacrifice saw me while I was passing to go with my comfort. Spend my own money to bring him to power because we thought the road yesterday was going to be right today. Yeah. I had no regret to vote against former President Weah. But the people that are brought to power will regret why I had to vote for them. They can be for this country is a better place and will be a better place. Yes, sir. Because there's money in the country that we can live for. We don't need money from outside. So, but we don't want to empower people here. You say that our lawmakers. We have become lawbreakers. We have become criminals. We put all the money in the budget for ourselves and leave them out. I want to challenge some of your lawmakers. Some people say they want this senator. They're breaking all the law. The law you mean breaking the law, but you want to go up. You know why people want to go up? Because they want to increase the time. They say they're too short. You cannot be a cancer, then you want to run global. You cannot be a lawmaker that disrespecting the law that we made ourselves. Then you say you want this senator, then you waste your time. Nobody here can be for the government economy. But when we can be for it's not happening, and it will never happen. The only thing they are there for, when last people from the government came and said, "Sanctify people," don't know what I'm saying, give me 1% I want to go in law. But they sit down over there in their family post because they need work. And the person that needs work, and the person sacrifice post the water. We employ our family because some people are happy. Because it is the time to be happy. It is nobody's time when the country is not better. It is everybody's time when the country is better. And we give this as a challenge to all of you people. 2029, we may be on the ballot for the presidency. Where we will come here and say, you people will have to appoint a commissioner for sacrifice. They are educated people. It's not about education. It's about how well you govern your people. They are people that got degrees. They know nothing. The only person with every people that they can achieve nothing from. Our marketeers will come to power. In every country, at least 2 million and break out for marketeers, split rather, and younger boys to empower themselves. The money is there, but everything is long before carrying the benefit out. Because we are close.
Tell Joseph Boakai to forget about Yaka Koluba. What did Boakai do? Yaka Koluba. If you tell Yaka Koluba, tell Yaka Koluba, you are not allowed to let you talk. You forsake yourself, Yaka Koluba, passing. What are Yaka Koluba passing for you? You want to know a lot of Yaka Koluba. So to tell her, and you tell who they say about Yaka Koluba for that, and I'm going to work for Yaka Koluba there. You know when I move to Dualanda, you move to all the way to go, just to go for Yaka Koluba. You love to hear you go for Yaka. Yes. For who Bene? Because Yaka Koluba and the one that is talking for you was. So you are telling to me Yaka Koluba because a budget. Oh, Yaka can be talking to the president. It's not a good thing. Okay, unless you give for power, you give for job. Yes. They're happy. Saying that you, my mother, your mama happy to you. When you are not going to betray Yaka Koluba or betray the Nigerian people and lie to them. Yaka Koluba are not coming passing. You understand? You have to get them out of Yaka Koluba. You can't let Yaka Koluba there. It's not going to lie. You You said the president problem is the most corrupt. Okay. All right, we're coming to anything you want to say final before we leave you. Thank you so much. Yes. You know, see, because some of the rest of the government, so they rest our government, they do our own day. And they tell the other police, they tell them what do our government advance. You can't continue for it. Tell him to forget about your calling by it. Okay, bye.
Hello. Yeah, man.
My son, you made mistake.
Wanda.
I heard you like me and go in after the whole election. At Ima, no son will conclude that in right. Will you rescue as a limitation after winning? I don't talk because God knows why it's happening. And everything I will accept it because our son who
when they welcome me, they say they were freedom fighters.
will not understand if
When they welcome me, they say they were liberators. But when they give you they change their mind. When they give you
of the funding
they
and
change
the
their
type of Supreme Court ruling
What
and the
kind of
amnesty
people
law
they so?
and everything and the position statement for the
What kind of
commissioner
people?
who decided from Gambia
You freedom fighter, you raping our women. Freedom fighter, you killing our
Them
children.
brother come now.
Freedom fighter, you destroying our country.
And you know where you got to get what kind of you want to other people? Then you know so they went away,
one more freedom fighter, they don't say no. One more freedom fighter, they don't say no.
Oh, yes, indeed. What a great day.
When they welcome me, they
What a wonderful opportunity it feels
when they welcome me, they say they were labor.
to be back behind these microphones to engage on the issues that matter to Liberia's growth and development.
They change their mind. What kind of people they so? They are freedom fighters. What kind of people they so? They are freedom fighters. You freedom fighter, you raping our women.
A pleasant good morning. Good morning to all of you, just wherever you are this morning on our voice. What a great way we like to welcome our friends, our followers, and of course, those of you in the diaspora joining the broadcast this morning as always. What a great way we like to welcome all of you to yet another intriguing conversations about the issues that matter to Liberia's growth and development. And of course, there are too many things to talk about, lots of things happening in Liberia. What is the politics, the economy, health, education, security, food, and what have you. We have it all right here on the big station, the most listened to breakfast platform. And once you hit Monrovia in this West African city, especially in the morning hours, the only sound you hear from West Point to Claretown, from Pinsville to Gardnersville, Robertsfield Highway, just wherever you are. It's Freedom 87.9. Good morning and welcome. This morning at 9 o'clock, we have a special guest. This has been making rounds of late, especially drawing lots of concerns, especially understanding that this one man is not noted for talking, but he has been talking and talking and talking. So we have to understand, why is this man talking so much this time around? It's none other but the Senator of Grangeda County, Zoe Emmanuel Peno, whose multiple reports for as long as he has been in the Liberian legislature have always indicated a lawmaker that is wrapped in silence, speaks not, advocates not. Recently, he's been heard on different radio platforms, making rounds, speaking. Critics say he's been loosely ranting around the place. To understand and, of course, go deep, we've invited a son of Grangeda, one young man who has led the organization of a special campaign designed, according to them, to ensure that Grangeda is redeemed of what they consider backward, unproductive leadership. Zoe Emmanuel Peno. They said no to Zoe Peno campaign by some intellectual, young, exposed Grangedian. Mr. Randall Dobayu will sit in at will join us, of course, at 9 o'clock to talk to us more about this campaign. This campaign seems to be really running the stomach of Grangeda Senator Zoe Peno. We want to know why. How did the young people, how are they even resolving so that this man that has been there for about 20 plus years now, all counting. Music. That's at 9 o'clock to Sons and Daughters of Grangeda. It's an opportunity to assess, reassess, and listen to the argument. But in the meantime, before 9 o'clock, we're going to be having when they were coming, they said they were liberators. A maritime navigation around some of the other most critical burning national issues. What kind of people they so? The don't lack the yellow machines. What kind of people? The overpriced yellow machine. The clandestine yellow machine. The secretly procured yellow machine. Inundated with corruption. Lack of transparency, wrapped in dishonesty, and of course have been delivered. Some quantum, the yellow machine, have been delivered. What do we think? Is there a moment to celebrate, or is it a moment to relax, sit down and look deep and understand the magnitude of trouble this is going to bring upon the nation? Freedom 87.9. yeah. Hunger and food insecurity continues to trap our country down. The cries of hungry babies, hungry mothers, the elderly going to bed without food, without care or social services, continue to inundate our space of late since the assumption of the presidency of Mr. Joseph Numa Boakai. The cries for hunger has intensified. The latest report was sponsored by New Narrative and Front Page Africa has unraveled the secret killer crisis that's taking life, and of course with no governmental attention or intervention. We're going to speak to that right here on the big station, plus other issues making news in Liberia and elsewhere. My name is Abu Shari, and of course it's always a good thing to be here. Keep sharing the show, and of course dropping your comment on some of those issues making the news right here. We took a bite of this, and of course Crime Stopper Liberia. Once we come back, we rumble through the issues right here, the analysis of those issues this morning.
Music.
There are crimes in many places, in every community, you know, you can see. So if you see crime, you will report it. Don't take law in your hands for the real authority. That it can't take care of it. Crime Stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see a human talking, I mean you cheche. You wait for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. You must call to report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Cyan.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us.
Oh yes, indeed, Crime Stopper Liberia is the official sponsor and partner of the conversation right here And folks, welcome to this Monday. And of course, it is the 23rd day of February, AD 2026. And of course, we're making progress and gradually year 3 of the rescue mission. It's whining, and of course, it's going down, and the clock keeps ticking. So over the weekend, the Taylor family laid to rest their son, the only child, I'm told, of former Vice President Jewel Howard Taylor, was laid to rest. But there was something important for you all to note. It was a scene that saw the convergence of many state actors, prominent Liberian opinion leaders, religious and spiritual leaders in the country, all converged to pay homage to the Taylor family, and of course the Joao Taylor family. Console her, and of course pay their last respect. So it was another moment of national unity in at full glare, where you see everybody irrespective. At that point, everybody ignored their political persuasion, their disagreements, or issues, and everybody just one purpose: the fact that there is a loss. We are all going to mourn. We don't have to be of the same party. We don't have to have the same agreements. We don't have to accept each other, politically and what have you. So this is exactly what we ought to be. There are moments where we become rivals, fierce rivals. When the politics sets in, which is understandable and of course guaranteed by our laws. But then beyond that moment, there has to be a nation that recognizes itself and recognizes that we have to work, together. We have to be each other, brother's keeper and all of that. But these social capital gains has since been threatened the moment Boubacar became president. And every opportunity that comes reveal these facts. So what we seemingly observe, and of course disturbingly noticed, was that the president and some senior members, so to speak, the president and vice president, deliberately boycotted simply because former President Weah was attending the funeral services. We think this is the height of pettiness, and of course, and every time we are sounding this thing to you, right? A man that cannot move past political disagreements, hold grudges, and of course keep malice for his fellow citizens and of course his compatriot, right? Speaks loudly about this man's ability to unite a country. And everything will say it bothers him not that he's always taking open and of course clear actions that demonstrate to the nation that indeed he's promoting elitism, he's promoting class, he's promoting sectionalism, division, and all of that. And this is not only staying right within the periphery of the political establishment, it's going beyond. It's affecting our social cohesion and all of that. Recently, we've been seeing lots of stuff on the social media in our country, right? Reincarnating and of course reintroducing the hatred of the past, the war day hatreds, tribalism, religiosity, and all these sentiments. We're seeing them all over the place when the country should be putting more to national cohesion and of course unity and acceptance of each other in spite of our diversity. So instead of being a country in progress, we're absolutely on the reverse. Everything seems to be going back. We're rolling back on our social capital gains. We're rolling back on it. And of course, credit to the divisive nature of the man occupying the executive mansion. And these are the facts, right? Today, people who were living together, accepting each other, sitting in the classroom, minimizing the friction, the tribal or religious frictions that existed, and all of those today become the song sung everywhere. Officials in the government are preferring, a sentimental, radicalized opinion, right? And of course, propagandists of the government are chastising, and these have become the debate in the country. It's all due to the breakdown in national unity and reconciliation, whether you like it or not. Right on the lip of former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf was reconciliation, national unity, and cohesion. On the lip of former President George Weah, he went the extra mile of ensuring that the country posed the matters of division and the things that make us different from each other. We put those one behind, consolidate our efforts, and move together as a nation. Because you know what, we're in the 21st century, and more besides, this is 2026, right? The Gen Z movement, which accounts for the most educated class or generation of people from it comes from 1997, right? From 1997 to 2024 upward, that's the Gen Z movement. So children born between those periods, the record shows that a lot of them are educated, and their education must come with their exposure, the enlightenment. But in this part of the world, we don't see that manifest, right? There are a lot of college graduates in that era. There are a lot of high school graduates. There are a lot of professional people in that. So that's why I say Gen Z, the Gen Zs. I don't know whether a lot of you understand, but it has to account for the national conversation, the quality of the national debate. So the debates, the issues, right, especially those parochial and non-essential issues that made it to the center of national conversation before the Gen Z era, must not be the subject of today's national debate, right? But again, this is Liberia, indoctrination, manipulation, radicalization, and all these things are going on, and people themselves don't know that they are being radicalized. Some people are being radicalized, people are being extremely indoctrinated, but they don't even understand, right? But they're always pointing accusing finger the opposite way. Anyway, this is where we are. That's why, as a country, no matter what, we need somebody in the mansion that hold dear to their heart national unity, peace, reconciliation, and collective progress. Never should we ever settle for a man or an individual with historic, divisive, and attributes. Such is the case with Joseph Newman Boakai. Leaders must know the kind of life they live will account for them when they pursue national office. Today, we're on the brink. Communities are dividing. Communities are re-identifying the lines of division, and of course, sentiments are rising against each other, and all of these things credit to a very divisive, tribalistic, so to speak, right? Old men who have survived on these kinds of innuendos. But with all of that happening, there's also a deeper breakdown in the area of security for the people. Today in Liberia, mysterious death, vigilante justice, and of course, the rise in armed robbery has taken center stage, while the government ignores and shifts attention only to the subjects of politics and political rivalry and opposition. Our communities generally, appear neglected. Young men with cutlass and machetes can move in areas, attacking motorcyclists, killing them, injuring them, making away with their properties, with no redress, no accountability. Bunch of men in different communities will pick up machete for land, and they will go and maim people. They will go and cause chaos. So these are the day-to-day realities of Liberia under Boakai that they're trying to, divert our attention from. But it's important for us to remind you about these day-to-day experiences, because those without the voices to be heard are the victims. They're lying there. Some of them witnessed their parents being killed, their breadwinner being harmed, injured severely. Listen to the case that was reported on over the weekend, Sunday, where 3 children in Liberia, 3 children, right, were discovered dead in their homes in Nimba. 3 children in Nimba County. 3 children died mysteriously in their home. There's a case of skeletons that were discovered in bag. They killed the people, put them in a bag, and then probably put the body somewhere and they remain there. Then the skeletons, somebody went and discovered the skeletons. What kind of country we are living in? These are the things. Look at our police. Now focus on these, right? In fact, the police have become perpetuators of mayhem into this Liberia. But anyway, folks, these are some of the things that you need to know as you go out there. Keep watching over your heads, because the state have abandoned the people. The duty to look over us now remain squarely with ourselves when we do not have the capacity to adequately address these things and deal with them as required. Right? Deal with them. In Liberia, people with criminal records are the ones celebrated, are the ones given opportunities to under Mr. Boakai. These are the living realities, folks. But anyway, let's see what other updates we can provide you quickly. Keep sharing the show and, of course, dropping your comments on the different subject matter. And there is this very interesting update in the Front Page Africa newspaper that you all need to read. And I can't agree any further. When we come here, we report to you about the hardship, the poverty, the lack of job. The society is structured in ways that if 1 or 2 segment or portion of the society is affected, right, then the general well-being of the society is no longer guaranteed. What do I mean by that? Right? You have the parents, the children, and the whole structure, the family structure like that. And then you have the government. So the government must create, constitutionally, the government must create the environment, the enabling environment where the welfare of the household depends on the government in terms of the environment it will create, right, to absorb our parents to work. And when our parents are working, they provide for us. And because they provide for us, so basic social, cultural, and traditional norms are upheld. And then the chain of command. So the government says, the standard government says nobody does this. The parents grab it, they go, they communicate that to their children, they bring their children up, respecting these social norms, tradition, and of course, rule of law principles. But when the government fails to provide the essential, the government loses track of its mandate and responsibility because you are no longer providing. Then, because the government cannot provide the environment for the parents to get jobs, to work and take care of their homes, the parents loses their voice, their command, their control, right? And of course, the regulatory authority over the homes. Because the parents are no longer working, they cannot take charge of their responsibility, then there is an apparent abandonment, neglect of duty, neglect of responsibility, simply because they do not have the capacity to shoulder the household responsibilities and duties. What happened? Then there's a breakdown in the family. The breakdown as a result of the fact that people are not providing, those responsible, the man are working, the partner working, the man selling, police going after the man goods, taking the man goods away, police breaking the man shop, and all of that. The parents struggle and pay small house somewhere for the children to be there for shelter, right? Ministry of Public Works and other government agencies go there, they break it down, the army people, they break it down, they are homeless, and then the children are helter-skelter. Then social norms in the society break down. What do you see? A culture of gangsterism, gambling, right? This becomes the order of the day, prostitution, and what have you, because there's a whole breakdown. There's a whole failure from the top coming down. Then nothing can hold. So it is a kind of social anarchy that takes center stage, right? So socially, people that are responsible, even the churches, have no control anymore. The mosques have absolutely no control. There's a breakdown everywhere. And sometimes it takes you deep retrospect or introspection to unpack these things and understand that we're in deep trouble. Now, let's see what the paper's reporting. The paper says that kids as young as 10 years old caught in Liberia's betting room. What is that? Isn't that a social breakdown? 10-year-old kids in Liberia, right? Caught in betting room, betting, playing gamble. When the law says that children under 18 should not. So imagine the gap. 8 years younger, yet still they're going in betting room. So then you ask yourself, why? 10-year-olds should be under serious parental guardians, right? The degree of neglect that's permitting our 10-year-old kids to leave the homes and go in the betting centers and be betting, it is a social emergency. It's a social breakdown. What is the government doing in this light? Absolutely nothing, right? The government just don't care. No job in the country, people are complaining, the government doesn't care. The fewer jobs that are there that parents are working in, right? Their rights are being violated because employers believe that times are hard, so they abuse our laborers and treat them with disdain, with no basic benefits and all of that. And when they decide to speak up, what do you see, right? Brute force applied by government police. They will go there, and we're going to play the video from Yekepa in Nimba, fellow Liberians. You see, beyond the politics, and I've always told people that this is not the moment to be quarreling over who's going to win 2029 or not. Because the more we put our emphasis and eye on who's going to win 2029, that is beneficial to the politicians. That means you have willfully decided to ignore, right, the basics. What you should be holding the government accountable for, you're not paying attention to it. You're wasting your time on Jawia and Bwaka. When that time comes, it will fix itself. But let's look at what the government is supposed to deliver and what is not being delivered. Should 10 years old be gambling? Should 10 years old be in betting booths? Right? Should 10 years old be playing lotto games? Right? This is not happening when we are as president. This is happening when the deacon, when the over 42-year plus experienced man is in power, is president. He cares less. He does not even look at the people. Doesn't listen to the cries of the people. Pregnant women are crying and complaining. Right? When parents and family go to the hospital and basic services are denied and charged and overcharged, in spite of the fact that the government has created absolutely no window of employment and livelihood for the people, counting 3 years since Bwaka became president. Sit down in your defense and say, and tell me whether it makes sense. And should we feel that as a country, should it look okay and normal? Hearing reports about 10-year-old kids, 7-year-old, 8-year-old kids playing gamble. Why? Then the question becomes why? They are hungry. They are absolutely hungry. Right? No food to the house. Partner working, man selling, police stealing the goods. You see the adverse effect of a ruthless, inhumane government. You see what happens to the society? It's a breakdown. because the government cares less. For them, they're employed, right? They're stealing the country money. Look, for example, right? And let me just skim over this for you so that you understand. And we've said this time without number that that no matter what happened, that no matter what the guys try to do, whether it's the intimidation and all that, it's important for us to know why the people in power feel comfortable in spite of all the cries from the masses about neglect, like no job, hunger, sicknesses, no medication, increase in prices, daily commodity prices going up, transportation fare going up, and all of that, in spite of the NTA announcing that they brought buses, yet still prices of transportation costs stay high on the ordinary people and all of these. Guess what? The monies are being stuck in areas to benefit the few, the elite. And then all they do to take away and make you, and they try to bring people to account for the nonsense that they're doing in power. For example, today, why the government is particular about prosecuting and incarcerating former finance minister Samuel Tuer for $500,000, they said, right? That was used for intelligent purposes, and according to them, the process, the means under which it happened is unclear, and they're trying to insinuate corruption there. 500,000. All that thing here about Samuel Tuer and everything they say in the country, the only thing they could find is a 500,000 intelligence spending. That's what they're holding him for. But guess what? If a government that's prosecuting somebody for 500,000 intelligence spending, you imagine that they're trying to take this kind of money and put it into the people, right? But let's see what is happening with them. Why AFL and ERU officers assigned to concession companies are among the most exploited government workers by their own security institution. AFL people and ERU people, they are among the most exploited government officials. Concession company reportedly pay around $1,000 to $2,000 net per month for each AFL soldiers, and about $800 to $1,000 net for ERU officers. That's what we are told that they paid. And I want these police officers to hear, and want their families to be listening, right? Because we do these things, we investigate these things, and we gather this data, right? To ask the hard questions at their command, the people who are deploying them. The arrangement between these institutions and the concession company, have you asked why the police sees it lucrative to send ERU officers, the AFL funds it lucrative to send AFL personnel to this area? Their head counts 1,000, some people 1,008, 1,005, blah blah blah. That's what goes there. That's what they pay to the central command or whatever you call it. But what are these people getting? They're being exploited, right? The record shows that from this reported 1,800 USD net reported pay for AFL soldier, the soldier received only $300. So now the question becomes where the remaining 1,500 goes to. The soldier received only $300, only 16%. What happens to the remaining 84%? Right? As our fathers, as our brothers, our sisters are deployed in these heavily concentrated security area deployment. You see them there. Only $300. And I challenge any of these AFL men deployed at these places to say whether they receive more than $300 for their services. Because they do not know. They make it to look like this is exploitation. They must begin asking their central command, right? Worse, the money exploited from these officers do not benefit the government institution. They go directly, allegedly, into the personal pockets of the head of these respective security apparatus. How exploitative could this be? Under the matter of intelligence, or on the on the matter of the police, let's so to speak, a typical Liberian police officer earns under $200 a year. I mean, a month. Then calculatively they earn under $2,000. So if a policeman work under Gregory Kumo from January to December, he put all his money together, he take home is less than $2,000 in Liberia. So divided. A policeman, right, that they're using to go and do all these things. At the end of the day, right, you want to look at your life like that. Are we growing? Are we improving across other sectors? Going at the days where officers will be used and it was not a matter about welfare. No. These things are changing in other jurisdictions and it has to change here, right? This man, Gregory Kumo, is not smarter and brilliant than every other person that desires to be police in the country that will be collecting all the money while others are suffering. Absolutely not. So we are calling for better welfare and incentive for police officers. That's what we are calling for. But Gregory Kumo and his clique alone are walking away with over $3 million in pocket change each year. When you look closely at the budget line, you clearly see the massive exploitation. And most of you officers do not get to understand these things, right? And I'm going to have a show here out on Wednesday or Thursday where I will have analysts to come and speak to us about the budget, particularly specific security lines, right? So so you will know when you're executing the stuff, right? Now, the intelligent budget line 221808 was about $92,000 in 2023. In 2023, the CDC intelligent budget, right, was $92,000 in an election year, 2023. It has now exploded to $1,583,598 under a rescue government. I thought a rescue government is supposed to slash it further from 92,000 to bring it down and save some money and invest it in the people, right? But rescue government say that thing CDC boys were doing, the illiterate boys, the slum boys, they understand government, right? Took it from in an election year where there will be more intelligent need and what have you, right? 92,000, they take it from there, they carry over $1 million in a period like this where there is absolutely no real threat. In a year where Bodnike were threatening the state, Mr. Baka was saying that he will end Liberia. Yeke Koluba were forming belligerent military militias, and of course, Sakila Numale had already established a FOIA defense force, so to speak, right? The country could use $92,000 for intelligence. But in a year where there is none such, right, we are spending over $1 million. Over $1.5 million. This is extremely astronomical. It is an astronomical jump, only benefiting a very few people, not the men in uniform assigned and doing the hard work in pickups, passing around, intimidating people, right? Breaking down family homes and all of that faces the immediate threat. This intelligent budget goes to benefit the big sharks within the security agency. And we have to talk about it. Another line to watch is special operation. For the scene security people in the budget, there is a budget line 221812, right? Called special operation. The legislature legally approved $1,193,781 But the fiscal year 2025 estimates term is $3 million. So that was the budget. But in the term of 2025, they even increased it more than the 1,100,000 and some more thousand. So when someone come here and tell you, say, oh, this government is stealing, they post stealing from the country too much. They post stealing and they think that's smartness. To steal from the poor people and make it like you're smart and you say, oh, see, man, and you make a lot of noise and this is what the unsuspecting population don't understand. They put you under the impression that CDC is the corrupt people, but then when you measure the degree of thievery that's going on now, it's more than 5 times, right? Imagine somebody say the government is very corrupt. Say for intelligent budget in an election year in 2000, you not in election year, you take over 3 million. You put it there, you say intelligent budget. Then 2025, you put in the budget, you say 1 million and change, right? By the time the year ended, the record shows that you spent, you took over 3 million under that budget line. That's what is that? That is an overspend of $2,096,700 United States dollars beyond what was authorized. The other compensation line, 222123, got 534% increase between 2024 and 2026. Just under the other compensation line. Just between 2024 and 2026, that's about how many years? 2 years, right? Right? 2 calendar year. You will see and notice after the calculation that special compensation line moved from $252,165 to a massive $1,600,000. This is another line they funnel the money through. While struggling officers are making all the sacrifices and their families are barely getting enough to eat, with risks to themselves and their families, the bourgeois and the big sharks within these national security apparatus are funneling millions and millions on their behalf without any meaningful dividends in their life. Is this justice? Is this fairness? Is this accountability? Is this transparency? What is this? If this not corruption or criminality in broad daylight, right? At the end of the day, after all of these, right? After these men, these officers have been used and rigged to go after their own people, right? Sour their relationship in their community, make their children to look like targets and all of that, with no benefit. After 6 or 12 years, whatever it is, right? They look back, there is nothing. When vengeance starts to come, what do they look to? When vengeance starts to come, these criminals at the helm of these different security agencies, what would they do? They'll fly out with their children. They'll fly out with their children. And these officers, some of you are listening to me now, right? You're in the streets, you're standing in the sun, scourging suns. You're taking assignment at these concession areas. Millions, right? I've been taking in your name that you benefit not from. But again, you're used to ferment injuries, brutalities against your kinsmen. And they watch you, they see you, they know you in a community with them. At what benefit? When you can barely build a 2-bedroom house for yourself from your pay. Fellow Liberians, these are among the many hideous things that's going on since Bouakai became president that you all need to pay attention to. More besides, let me come in with this report quickly. Let me bring you this report from my man Cyrus Hammer on the people who go out defending this. Listen to this.
Hungry. The Global Hunger Index ranks Liberia 112. Liberia is not at war. There is no Ebola outbreak. Yet, from West Point to Johnsonville, mothers and children are going hungry. The Global Hunger Index ranks Liberia 112 out of 123 countries in 2025, a serious level of hunger. 1 in 3 Liberians is undernourished. 1 in 4 children under 5 is stunted. At EWA Hospital, health workers report rising cases of severe malnutrition, more than 1,200 children treated since January. This is not famine, this is poverty. Mothers sell cold water, fry pepper color.
Are you listening? Liberia is not at war. There is no Ebola crisis. There is no COVID-19. Absolutely not. None of these things exist. But yet still the government is unable to guarantee a meal per day for its citizens. Children are dying. Mothers cannot feed their homes 2 times a day, right? They're surviving on pepper color. In a country where the government brags of transformation and, of course, improvement. So then the question becomes, where have they improved? Where have they transformed? Why is the government refusing to speak to the real issues affecting our people daily? And they're suppressing everybody not to speak out. When you attempt to speak out, right, they limit your voice. They put an attack on you. They brain you to undermine the essence of your debate, favoring only a few in power. Enter the slums, enter the communities, go in the rural parts, and see the degree to which our people have been abandoned. What is the benefit of voting? What is the benefit of elections in the life of the people when an old 80-plus-year-old man would deceive and lie to the people, promise of rescue, and come here and the people are dying from hunger? They can barely feed a day in their own country. No job, no food, no medication. Hospitals are dry. No bed at the hospitals. Look everywhere. Vulnerabilities define who we are today under a reckless and irresponsible organization of thieves and criminals, calling them a unity party rescue nonsense. This is what we have. And people don't want us to speak to that. And you all are so cluelessly in broad day naivety out there defending nonsense simply because you have animosity towards a particular organization of people, your fellow men, and you are prepared to compromise whatever is happening that's affecting. Even your neighborhood you live in, there are people going to bed without food. You know it. You drive out in your government car, wearing your nice clothes, where over 50% of those in your community cannot even have 2 times meal a day. Where are we? What is this? Rescue or nonsense?
Skip meals so that children can eat once a day. The government points to expanded rice production and improved food security data.
2 years later,
in Monrovia's crowded communities, hunger still has a woman's face. Charities feed hundreds weekly.
Yes, still.
Single mothers carry the burden. Liberia's silent emergency is unfolding quietly. Who we add before another generation is lost? For more on this story, go to front page.
Okay. That I mean make it. The last time again, this same brother did a very profound report on commercial sex. Born out of hunger. 10 years old, 13 years old, 14 years old girls are in the street at night, and the government is aware they're doing nothing. They come out, they sit on the radio, and they talk loosely, present fake data, lies, manipulations, and deceptions. That's what they present to the people. When in actuality, the poor are hungry. The poor lives are going from worse to ridiculous. This is it. And you have one other man who drinks profusely and talks gibberish daily, sit and abuse a government platform and uses it for insult to critical voices and, of course, objective presentation on the issues affecting the people daily, calling himself information minister. And look what he has done, and we are aware. You can pay all of the social media bloggers in this town. It will never erase the fact of the people's hardship. Pay them, collect them, organize them, do whatever you want to do. Have all your meeting with all the media, take all the journalists, you put them, but we all will not bow down. Look at the street, littered in feces, filled, stench, all over the place. Let's take calls on this 0776 104 104 086 500 104 plus 231 86 500 104 are the numbers to call at 9 o'clock. Of course, Ronald Dubai will join us and we'll talk the politics and, of course, Grangeda County and why Zoe Pennon keeps ranting. What's the honesty? What's the sincerity? Why? Right? The people say they're tired. And they believe Zoe needs to go. These persons have not done anything, but we'll talk about that at 9 o'clock. Let's address these critical issues. Good morning.
Hey, Abu. Good morning, my dear brother.
Good morning, sir.
We thank you this morning for the Tobin studio. As for the government issue, and I even want to talk about it, but I want to get some clarity on the Pennon issue.
Go ahead.
You see, Abu, 2011, if Pennon Grangeda can tell you.
No, we ain't reached the Pennon issue yet. That whole your thought on that. Once we started, we'll open the lines and then you can talk to that. Good morning. We're having national conversation about the issues in the country, the most burning issues. Good morning.
Good morning, Abu.
Good morning.
I want to say thank you for the program this morning. This is Woodland Harry calling for Captain Baba. The turning issue in the country now, the country getting bad on a daily basis. Let me tell you something. The people say, nobody are going to die, but people dying on a daily basis. People say, they're going to make less easy for people. Even the bag of the president, I want to market go find a bag of the president. The bag of the president going on now. When more Ali came, because if you're doing the work now, letting him borrow away there, you are pumping water, making you out. Why you can go loving and no water now? No water, nothing. No water. Then food to eat, to even eat a problem, support the food that we live in. You know, other people got lay here, insecurity around it because your family can be enjoying, other people not to get it nothing. You're not secure. You're not secure. You're not be secure in the community. Your children will not be secure. Right now, the country in a way going ahead now. Know what I'm saying now?
Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much. Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning, Abu.
Good morning.
I want to say thank you for the topic. Just wasn't never calling from the change because this week, Abu, this is not a surprise to us. The government, everybody are fed up with this government. That there is a democratic state. We are still abiding by the law. We are begging for now to 2029. They will be out. They will be out. There is no solution to it. It's suffering them. Imposing on the people, there is no solution. They will be put out. There is no single rescue.
Okay.
To say yes.
No single rescue. Reports are out. Hunger, insecurity, mysterious death continues in the country. Good morning. Let's hear you.
Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Yeah, my name is West. I'm calling from Slayway.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Abu. Thinking this month, the honest discussion. We don't know how much you know the party people there. Because the people that pass there around, we make a fake allegation, telling how that government is working. We don't get time with the people go there. So, we get a tell are coming, and we'll make sure that during the party can win election in 2029. If you can't rig about election in 2029, you will not carry your government will be in hell. Because we can't lie that you come back to power in 2029, my brother. Serious thing will not happen in the country.
So why you not allow? Why you will not allow? Why you will not allow that?
We will not allow for all the serious suffering that suffering the people in this country. The hardship, it's too much. Motorcycle are getting brutal every day. I'm a motorcycle party comment, but you party try to see our election instrument to them now, they will not be issued in the country.
No.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. More views, more concerns from the people themselves. Ozinkia, let's hear you.
Yes, thank you, Abu. Good morning to you, dear brother.
Morning, go ahead.
Yes, so let me appreciate you always for affording me the opportunity.
Just go to the point, my man. Leave all that pleasantry. Go to the point.
So I listened to you and I hear the callers. So I think it is one of the good things that we appreciate the government whenever necessary.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, go find a place to appreciate a woke government. We don't do that here. Good morning.
Yes, sir. Let me go.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I wish according to this,
all right. Thank you very much. 0776 104 104 086 500 104 plus 231 86 500 104 are the numbers to call, and you will be live. Of course, this is what it is. Okay, as we prepare to transition, let's take a few more calls. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Abu.
Morning, sir.
Yeah, Abu, this is Mohammed Bonders from Junior. I join you from the Japan Freeway. Abu, we just, allow this government to do what they want to do because the constitution state that this is here. And I just want to say this guy to Mr. Boyka and his independent. If this guy made forward election 2029 and we still not make that will be finished, definitely it will come to fruition. Thank you this morning.
Okay, thank you very much. Good morning.
Yeah.
Morning.
Abu.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning, my dear brother. This is Idrissa. Abu, I just woke up. Yeah, the fact we woke up 4 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, but I'm always listening to you. Abu, you always see my answer. I will tune to freedom.
Thank you.
Yeah, Abu, let me say thanks ever so much. Yes, sir. Look at Yellow Machine. The guys have come now. They have made it.
No, we're not on Yellow Machine. We'll come to that. Good morning.
Good morning, brother. How are you doing?
Good morning.
Yeah, let's appreciate you for your topic on the discussion. That's why the other caller has said that let us just give Boga this year for 2029 when the electoral commission have pronounced for the judgment. We are at the winner. If any attempt to tamper with the vote, there will be no more labor. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Abu.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, this is Mr. Cooper calling from Broadway.
Go ahead, Mr. Cooper.
Yeah, talking about the budget specifically, I heard you mention.
I passed over some of the figures for the intelligent budget, and the reason was quite simple. This is the government making news of trying to prosecute former Finance Minister Samuel Tuer for intelligence spending around 500,000. And we are seeing millions and millions in 2 years that they have already funneled under the same code, intelligence spending. So I'm like, where are we? How are they trying to make it like when it's done by this government, it's corruption, and then they are doing it even more, sometimes in some cases, times 5, times 6.
So they are not even doing it more. They are doing it the worst way. I listened to, I read an analysis from a guy called Darius Too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you need to follow Darius Too. And the guy highlighted in his analysis of almost all of the government agencies with intelligence. The Ministry of State, that entity has an intelligent budget. Madam Kula Fofana, the President of State, has another intelligent budget. So the fire service have an intelligent budget. So like you said, an economist, I think the guys are worse and they're struggling. If the opposition don't rise to the occasion, trust me. I mean, you guys, your effort with obviously voting today. And like I told you before, as one person who put them, the party, I put them work out 2 times, but it's disappointing. I'm sorry to say, but things are have any robbery in the country. Everything is for intelligence, so they can chop out the money and put it in intelligence. Intelligence will not have any
accountability. No accountability. So they took all of the money there and take it out.
Take it out.
In 2 years' time, just look at how much they've spent. But thank you very much, Mr. Cooper. Thank you very, very, very kindly. So troubling, so disturbing. And of course, these are the people who promise rescue. And this is what they're giving us. This is what they are giving us. It's quite sad, quite frustrating, and disappointing for a lot of people who objectively, genuinely got out there in the quest for change and better life for the people and the country. Said that let's consider Mr. White Guy. Let's give him a chance. Let's talk about the yellow machine pass. What's it going to be? Is it going to be a movement of state free? Another thing that we'll sit down, gather around and talk about? I'm not going to bore you with recapping all of the fundamental errors, transparency breach, and of course, fiscal indiscipline in the acquisition of these yellow machines, that which we've talked about. Well, let's look at what have they brought versus what they promised they will have brought. Right? Are we just intrigued by the news that, oh, there is a yellow machine, we see yellow painted irons being paraded or offloaded from the ship, container, whatever it is? Is that all we are interested in? How about the spec? The quality, the kind? What about these things? Should it matter, in fact, for us? This is what I have said initially about this whole yellow machine. I believe, as we witnessed on yesterday, was the completion of a full cycle of a well-calculated and concealed state-sponsored looting. And I lay these bases on the fact that the beginning of this whole yellow machine thing was sinister, was clandestine, was from one lie to the other, and all of that. The Yellow Machines Gate stands as a disaster waiting to happen. This yellow machine thing, with the way the government is proceeding with it, and some of what that should happen that has not happened, this is a hell of a disaster that everybody will look back, and some people will start clearing their name. Some people will start coming, oh, you know, me, I play the other part. Me, I play the other part. Yo, wait, we're predicting. Yesterday, Monrovia social media space erupted with jubilations from almost every corner where there is a UPIC fanatic and all of that, celebrating the long-awaited arrival of some of the government's promised 285 pieces of yellow machines. We're celebrating. Some other people are UPIs, some are looking for means to be seen, some want to be factor, some are looking for favor from the government. So they have to write lines to jubilate and just narrow the debate to just, oh, we happy the yellow machine now count. But how did the yellow machine got in the country? What kind of yellow machine it is? How is it going to be utilized? What cost does it come with to the state, the burden on the people? In the first place, for this government to bring in that machine, this government had to what? Increase and of course impose a tariff regime on petroleum products, affecting Liberian entrepreneurs. Right? That matter went to court. I'm told Shemex have won it, but we'll find the details. But that's what they had to do. Right? Yet, with all of the jubilations and celebration, beneath these celebrations lies a troubling fear and serious concern over accountability. As a country, must we ask accountability questions? Or we should just jump in the street? The same way we did with the Mamaka Ability fleet of yellow machines that she did Queen Contest over. Are we learning Why are we still behaving like a country still in the early days of independence? Well, anything looked like a good thing. Nobody want to ask the hard question. Everybody being mediocre and all of that. How did machines initially valued at 80 million plus plummet to just 26 million? Have we asked those questions? So who was trying to rob the country of an excess of 20 plus million to $30 million? Who are trying to do that? What punishment have them bear for them? Say over 50 million, right? Some other people were trying to steal from the country for $50 million from the country. And nobody has been punished for it. And these people are still parading the corridors. That should be a case of precedent. That should be a reminder to our public procurement processes. You understand? What concession was made? What concealment was agreed among themselves? That, you know, I will not prosecute you. Don't prosecute me, because if you prosecute me, then we'll reveal this. No, we have to conceal them. So let them live here. That let move. The country will move along. So we moved. Right? We'll move along with him. They say, okay, we're talking about 26 to $30 million now. So the other 50 million now, they say, oh, that one that nobody will talk about it, nobody will ask questions about it. $30 million. When the public pronouncement by the vice president was $22 million. How did we move from $22 million again to 26 to $30 million? So what is going on? Right? On the record, you say you're paying $22 million. Right? But then, actually, it's around $30 million that you're spending on the machines. Then we ask, what's transpiring between, what happened between, right in between there? Is the country not supposed to be made to know? Or it's okay because Abubakar president in the country and a rescue government? So no need to ask hard questions about corruption, embezzlement, thievery, and concealment. The contract itself, under what arrangement? What's the contract? Why is it not public? Because the contract remains largely secret. Critical details of the contract, the arrangements, and all of that remain secret, as if to say this is a personal private acquisition, when it is a public acquisition, when tax dollars, our own taxes, are being used to acquire it. It is no longer a gift, like the president said when he lied that his friend was giving him yellow machines. Remain largely secret, leaving unanswered questions about the true acquisition process. We must question the equipment's specifications, the durability, the lifespan, and overall value for money. As a country, we need to be sure, what is the PPCC designed for? To ensure that the country spend whatever money, and there must be a guaranteed value for money. Why, if we erupt with a low spec, we already started seeing footage of eroding trucks, right? Eroding trucks that have not even been placed on the road. It's a brand new trucks. Then you get rust on it. You get the other one, the view mirror not there, the V mirror break. Other ones, new trucks, right? 26 to $30 million as a country. Who's doing this? And nobody wants to ask the hard question. Nobody wants to be seen as chastising or inquiring on these very important issues. We must question the equipment specification. That means the brand. We're hearing different names. From Sino Truck, before it was Caterpillar. From Caterpillar, right? It says Sino Truck. From Sino Trucks, we're seeing Wowo. We're seeing all kinds of funny names of equipment. Can they stand the test of our weather, our climate? How long will they go? Right? The spare parts availability, the lifespan, and overall value for money. Are these merely refurbished machines and trucks, freshly painted and decorated? It could be. Looking at the longevity, the time it took for these machines to be brought to the country, What if they were recycled machines that were being painted, decorated with country flags, and brought in the country, and then the country is worth tens of millions, but nobody wants to talk. Everybody is just saying, oh, the machines are here. We have not even come to the effective operations and management of the machines and the costs on the country. What would be the annual operational cost of these machines? Are we asked ourselves those ones versus what's supposed to go into medication, education, healthcare, food, security, right? Have we asked ourselves how much will it truly cost to manage these equipment? How much? Finally, what about the committee established by the president? What's the terms of condition under which they are going to work? Are they going to operate pro bono? Or what is the cost of their services to the state in this matter? These are critical questions that the media has to be asking, and these are clarity that the government has to make available to the people. So that we are not sitting again after 6 months, somebody can tell us, oh, we're not spend $10 million on the Yellow Machine Committee. We're not spend $20 million on the Yellow Machine Committee. Then instead of becoming a relief, it becomes a burden on the state. So what is the Yellow Machine ultimately going to turn out to be? A burden on Liberia or a relief for the people? 0776-104-104, 086-500-104, plus 231-86-104 are the numbers to call. Let's hear your view on the Yellow Machine in 7 minutes as we prepare to take our guests. 0776-104-104, 086-500-104. For those of you in the diaspora wanting to join and contribute, 0776-104-104, 086-500-104 are the numbers to call. Good morning.
Good morning, Abu. And let me say good morning to the many listeners to the broadcast this morning.
Go ahead.
Abu, this is David King, and I do join you from the battlefield highway. See, Abu, if you look at that entire thing that people masquerading on the social media where it's called Yellow Machine, it's going to be a total Liberian people to be a help to the Liberian people. People cannot go and take refurbished Yellow Machine and bring it to Liberia. Look at the tire that has to do with pointing out last night on the social media. Look at the mod guy of that machine.
The mod guy or Modi. See mod or the mod guy when it's supposed to be brand new machines.
When you see brand new machine, you know it. Abu not know brand new things. So similar thing that happened with the NCA buses, things that are happening right now with this thing called Yellow Machine. But Abu, CDC government brought 48 machine in the country about that. But actually brought machine in the country that are not publicity. In fact, the Nima County as a county, they bought their own Yellow Machine.
Okay, David. All right, David. Let me hold you there. I'm sorry because of time. I just want to take as much comments as I can on this subject quickly because, you know, most people having views and perspectives on it. Good morning. Morning, sir.
Yeah, I don't want to call my name because I work directly in the port.
Go ahead.
Okay. What happened here? Because it was serious confusion between us in the port this morning. The equipment in the port we see it. We went to work this morning. I work on the red vessel. No AFL personnel was at the checkpoint there to how to call the entrance. But this morning, so I was surprised they closed the work down. When we came outside, we saw AFL people barricaded the whole area with arms. I think we see that one was sweating. Because the president want equipment, then we start talking it. Even other people there backing it that, yeah, AFL not get boundary in the country from back. We wanted the machine to be pulled down.
So because the secret coming outside now, they carry AFL people there to go scare people. Nobody will go see it again and take picture.
We came outside the team surprise. The whole area with as if we say we're fighting war. We're talking all of them to supporting the idea that they come money, but the equipment I can't.
So why you think they carry? So why you think they carry AFL people there?
We don't know. We were afraid for me. I'm not saying for me. I was afraid because I see AFL man. We are. I was entering the place. AFL man were not there. I enter peacefully. We're not fighting war. Then if we make your post on the banner on the ship. Then why now? The other people can't wait to that place.
Maybe they won't wash the mud on the mud guard. So the other one in our camp will not see mud on it. So they want for her to see them washing it too. So the black. What kind of government be this, folks? Hello, good morning. So they carry AFL people to black the place because they won't wash the machine to move the mud on it. Let's hear you.
I already know how the United Party put taking the yellow machine to be. But a yellow machine, they will get a yellow machine discussion to offer yellow machine again. You must take all the army for the party. What kind of plan we in the poor hands to Abu? That yellow machine, what they happy for? Most of them are happy. Come and bring their horses down with it. That's a good one to it.
But the machines are old machines, so they carry the AFL to go black it to wash the machine. Thank you very much. Good morning. Shortly we'll be joining man.
This embarrassing, Abu. You know what kind of irresponsible government is this? What the army guys they will compromise their integrity, they go be singing there because the regime bring machine, so you're hiding the machine for all again.
No, the machine everybody was jumping around yesterday like they care army people to go man. Because they did tired and coming outside, so they won't wash it, cook with, and put black pin on it, and so they bring us out. Hello, MOK, let's hear you.
Thank you. Thank you, my dear brother. You know, so the question we ask now, then where do they take the machine from? You bring machine from China with mud on it. We said it the last time that even the pronouncement that were made by the government that they were taking the other machine out of the Liberia to carry back, we say it was not possible. They were carrying it somewhere so they can mix it with few other one and then bring it to the Liberian people. But is it not the machine not going to bring any dividend to the Liberian people? No. You don't need 285 or 130 whatsoever according to that they brought into this country to be able to carry on road development. No. Because public work is not capacity to do AFA payment.
No, but this is not going to be on a public works. There's a special Bernie Samuka committee that's been set up. Imagine a man who served as Minister of Defense for 12 years and have almost gone broke. I'm not even almost, but he's broke and can't have anything for himself. They got to recycle him and put him over a yellow machine committee.
So that means he just want to make him the public work minister one time because he'll be taking on the function of the public work or ministry. So getting you're going to be saying maybe probably getting is not sending back at court or other deeds that he and the vice president have gone into. So now Baka want to get his court, he had to put him aside and bring somebody that he think he can be able to get his court through.
Gideon has simply proven in 2 years that all he can do is to basically patch roads. He doesn't know how to build roads. He's been patching road 2 years later, even after the $22 million. So they can trust him with the $26 to $30 million equipment. But thank you very much, Edmond Carr. Time is fast spent. We have to move right now, but let me squeeze this caller. It's been making effort.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, this is the guy calling from Brother Modokono.
Go ahead.
You call your honor road because yeah, my concern is they come here. What they say like Sabaka come and say when you go to my hour. If anything, what I say, Joey, I kind of was eating. Anybody get power when you do anything, you sort of consult the citizen and everything. So public when you go to anything, sort of tell the people so they can do their own calculation. But they can do either to do something they have to own. So which means Joey, I come and they come and which was eating now. I want to know.
Okay, that's a major question.
Who's one on that kidding because Joey is and not the who's on see Joey, I'm going to meet at the top. Well, still.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Let me hold you right there. And folks, while we make the transition, let me let you know that over the weekend, workers and of course nurses and hospital workers at Phoebe Hospital in Bone County have issued a threat there as the anesthetists in Ganta the other day equally threatening that due to bad working condition and of course unsafe environment, poor wages and blah, 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 they will be protesting. We are sounding the caveat again. The medical workers in Phoebe, you can imagine if they go slow, what will happen to our people in Bond County. We are telling our leaders, our senators, our representatives, especially the rescue influencers, to move around the president, move around the executive mansion to save life in Bond County. That is for you. We're telling you again, you will ignore it, just as we sounded the one in Ganta, and then the anesthetist left the operation room, leaving many to die and all of that. This break of Crime Stopper, when we come back, Randall Dobayu is right there. We're taking him up to talk Grand Jita. This break, we'll be right back.
There are crimes in many places, in every community, you know, you can see. So if you see crime, report it. Don't take law in your hand for the right authority. That it can't take care of it. Crime Stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see a human target, enemy you cheche. Do it for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. You must call to report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, old man Sam Cyan.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia.
Okay, Crime Stopper Liberia, folks, welcome back. This is the final lap of the conversation on Freedom 87.9. And so, like promised, we have our guest already. We're going to start the conversation right here using the phone, or why our guy tried to create a link for Randall to join us via the StreamYard. But in the meantime, we have to talk Grand Jita, we have to talk the movement. To ensure that Zoe doesn't return, the citizens, some of them, have already begun organizing to say no to Zoe 32 or 30 whatever years. If he shall have complete another 9 years, we're taking up to 30 plus years as a leader in the county, both at the Senate level and the House level. Good morning, Randa. Welcome to Freedom FM.
Good morning, Liberia. Good morning to Freedom FM. Good morning to the good people of Grand Jita County.
Okay, Randa, it's good to have you. It's been a while.
Yeah, but we've been around. I miss my station. I miss Freedom FM, you know. And I was completing my program. My second master is done. And so we've always been around. We are around and we will remain around. So it's always pleasure to be around and talk to our people and give them the right information they desire.
Fair enough. Basically, my concern has been due to what most of us would consider an unprecedented action or activities by your senator. From the days he entered the legislature, he's not been known to be very outspoken and all of that, but recently he has been talking a lot. Why do you think so?
So why do I think so? It's so very simple. Let me just first give you a background of why we have started this initiative, so that Liberians.
I want us to come to the initiative, but I just want to pick your thought on why is a senator that's notably known to be quiet being so loud.
Yeah, he has consistently been a Bobo lawmaker for nearly 2 decades. Everyone knows him. He has a social mark of Bobo identity, but now, at the expense of the people, he has suddenly become a loud speaker. Why? We all know Zoe is. If you don't know him, he's a BM, a 419. I'm saying this.
He's a senator now, so you want to be careful and at least measure with.
No, I'm saying he's a BM. BM is. Okay. Every time any government comes, he wants relationship with that government. Okay. He wants people to trust him so that he will bring in a so-called investor to get cut from them.
But he says he argued that he does that for the benefit of the county.
So the benefit of the county and for almost 21, the entire county, no public library. If you talk about benefit for the county, go to Nima County. See what benefit for the county is in terms of Prince Johnson relationship that was leveraged. Then we'll talk about benefit for the county. But you listen to Zoe, he's on record for saying he bought baby tops. How does baby top purchasing, equated to, for the people? So he's talking loosely because he's desperately seeking attention and he wants a space around Bwaka desperate table. Bwaka, Kum and other, he's desperately doing that to appease Kum. He's on a mission for Jeremiah Kum. So this is an orchestration intellect, to make, because in their mind, next elections, the Southeast, they want to reduce citizen vote. They believe that Zobeno believe he can be the appointment, the conduit by which resources will flow, and he will be the regional campaign guy for all of the loud and loose speaking, so that one, he will gain the confidence of Mr. Bwaka. Mr. Bwaka, for you to gain confidence, you got to prove beyond all reasonable doubt that you deserve it. So the next thing is he's trying to prove who he is. He stands for nothing. All he goes for is power. Wherever power exists, Zobeno does everything to fit in. Okay. These are the reasons why Zobeno talking loosely. Don't take him seriously.
Okay.
Every time Zoe is, it's a move. Every time Zoe is talking, just worry about his next big scheme. It's a schemer. He does all of these things to confuse people. But I used to be around Zoe. I know his title. I know his move. I know his narrow mindset. So everything he's doing is just about gaining the support of some of the inner circle of the Unity Party, so that they'll be free with him to do business. That's the reason why he's talking loosely. Okay. He's not a serious person.
Okay, Randa, because a lot of people asking for you on the live. So do you have the link already? So just kind of in 1 or 2 minutes join quickly. Let's continue the conversation from there as we go into the history of your movement and all of that. I sent you the link right now. So Randa will just join the conversation right here, so we can pick it up from there. But you listen to him. He has descended very harshly, describing the motive behind Zoe's, loudness of late. He's loud simply because he wants to appease folks within the Unity Party in a desire to have him picked as the point man for the Southeast Unity Party 2029 bid. And so to do so, he has to be talking to draw attention his way. And so we will be asking more on how this is going to work, how it's going to work, whether it's going to have the relevant impact and dividend, understanding the people of Grand Judea particularly, to be specific. And this has drawn in questions his own chances of re-election in the county. And there are some young folks behind that. And one such is Randa Dubai. Randa, you're back.
Yes, I'm back. I'm back, Abu Sharif, to interact with our people.
Hello, Randa, are you hearing me?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
No, but it seems like you're muted. You have to check your sound.
Not mute. I'm hearing you.
Hello?
Hello?
Okay, we have the picture already, but we don't have the sound. Let me see here. But all is set on my end.
Yeah, I'm hearing you, Abu.
Let me go out and come back and see. Okay, we're still having some little technical difficulties. So, okay.
They hear me, Abu.
Randa, are you good?
Yeah, they are hearing me. I'm seeing people saying they hearing me live.
No, Randa, you're not still good. You're not still coming. We're seeing you.
People say they are hearing me. It seems like the
problem. No, I'm not. We're not hearing you. So you want to go in and come back? You want to go out and come back in. Let's see. Probably that'll be much better. Okay, so because we need to get the sound, and so let's see. Aside from being clear, Randa wasn't even coming in. The sound wasn't even coming. Okay, so I'm told the office of Senator Zoe Penner is following live. So this is going to be an important conversation to have. One of the lead campaigner against Zoe's re-election, all of that in the county. And they've been doing a lot trying to unpack his motive on some of the political moves he's been making of late, and seeing and looking through to streamline the interests of the county and, of course, his personal interests to be able to dichotomize so that Grenadians will see Zoe as he is, for who he is, actually, instead of just seeing him as the man. Okay. So, okay, outside there, you're hearing Randa outside there, then, okay, so Randa, please come back. Then what is going on? Because I'm hearing myself in my headphone, and then I would say that you people outside, you're hearing a man, then me, I'm not hearing a man. Okay, let Randa come back. Let's try it one more time again. Let me use the other headphone, right? As soon as Randa come back, then we can go into it right here on Freedom 87.9. Randa Dobayu is our guest. Let's take this break. We'll come stop for Liberia to sort things out and be right back.
There are crimes in many places, in every community, you know, you can see. So if you see crime, you will report it. Don't take law in your hand for the right authority. Really can't take care of it. Crime Stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see a you must talk it. I mean you cheche. You wait for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. You must call to report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Cyan.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Cyan.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Keep it. My car to report. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia. From the center to interior, Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Cyan.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia. From the center to interior, Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Okay, Crime Stopper Liberia. So this thing, we're not going to allow technology failure to give up. Okay, I think he's there now. Okay, so let's see. Randall, good morning.
Good morning, Abu Sharif. Are you getting me clearer this time around?
Okay, what is going on here? I'm having the issue.
Yes,
let me see.
I'm hearing you very clearly.
Okay, Randall, let me hit you up on this end because I don't know the time it will take to cover all these technical issues. Randall, yeah, let's just do it here because the time it will take to cover all these technical issues will be a problem, right?
Okay, thank you very much, Abu. I'm getting you very loud and clear, and be on the show, Abu. So we can keep it like this. I can be on the stream while I still talk on the WhatsApp.
Yeah, that's correct.
So we can get
Yeah, so you were talking about why this man is going about the things he's going about, and then in the midst of that, you all have put together this Say No to Zoe campaign. Give us the background, the history, and why.
So thank you, Mr. Abu Sharif. So I mean, like I said, we put this institution together. This is the background for nearly 21 years now. For nearly 21 years now, Mrs. Open has been in the legislature. The fundamental question I may also from this movement is, what has Zoe done so far? What does he have to show? Quite recently, it's disgusting. I don't know if you got that video. A journalist in Grenada asking, for 21 years, what do you have to show? He said his house, his glass house. That was the only achievement.
Are you kidding me? I think I saw that video, but I felt it was just cut halfway. I mean, entirely, you're saying that's the only thing he has to show?
Yeah, that was a statement by Zoe when your colleague, there's a guy called Sekou Sherif from Top FM interviewed him. So all we have achieved for 21 good years are empty promises, the mass slaughtering of cow and cash handouts to buy votes, induce, indigenous people, our parents who did not have the opportunity to go to school and they want transformation. And for them, then there are challenges in understanding what the role of the lawmaker should be like. Zoe has been aggressively exploiting that. And so his pattern for almost 1 year has not been about the legislature, And the reason again we have funded this institution is that
he keeps being elected and re-elected.
So be mindful that by 2029, Zoe have clouded 23 good years. So if he ends 2029, meaning he will have been in power for only one lawmaker in the republic will have spent. One public servant will in public services. So That would be William Vakanara Cedric Tolman. So William V.S. Tolman, Erin Snow, and Tomo Fala, by 2023, they were spending the longest amount of time serving in the legislature.
Mm-hmm. So that is what you want to put a stop to.
Yeah, so it's not just about stop that is never yet, right? So instead of 21 good years in public service, you must be pointing to tangible, right? You must be pointing to what you've done, your plans. Instead, this individual has been shamelessly demanding in 9 more years. 9 more years for what? Right? So if you've been in power for nearly 3 decades as a lawmaker, every student will want to graduate. Every journalist will want to grow up. When I started knowing you, you never had your own show. Today you have your own show. Every doctor wants to specialize. Everybody in this life want to grow. Our argument with Zoe is that if you feel you've achieved for 20 years and you have gone, you will be 23 years and you'll be vice president of this republic or even president. That is what somebody who has an agenda can do. Because the essence of being a lawmaker, Joe Biden was a long-serving lawmaker. When he the people of Delaware, the next thing is to become vice president, and subsequently president. So over these years, if he has achieved the extent that he wants Greenfield again 32 years, he should now be seeking the presidency.
So then I ask you, why do you think Zoe Penner, like the cases of those you've named, is not considering going beyond the legislature? Why do you think he's keeping himself confined to the legislature and wanting to remain there?
Because he lacks self-confidence, he lacks innovation, mind you. So being in Zion University from the time you Abu were in K2, today you have a degree, you make an impact in life. So it doesn't care about movement. Now, think about 32 years in power. A child born in 2006, right? When Zoe was first inaugurated, with 3 years in 2029, Zoe is still telling us he wants to be a lawmaker, whereas a child who was 0 years in 2006 will be 20.
Okay, having some little glitch with the
out 11 free in Cathedral Carry School. But 2026, as we speak right now, I got 2 children, 2 master's degree. I've worked in government, travel all around the world. I've improved myself. So it's still at that same point. Imagine that young adult reality, you know, of spending your entire life seeing one person. That's the reference I was making for it.
So Randa, because you are making an argument, and Zoe has the constitutional backing to compete or to contest for re-election, but you are saying he shouldn't. So your argument has to be very compelling, you know, to convince somebody that.
Let me tell you this: that constitutional backing is not a birth certificate that you born as Abu Shari, you remain Abu Shari, right?
Yeah, but it is also it also just doesn't hold water because Randa Dubayo and a few others say Zoe shouldn't get 32 years. It's about the impact that his leadership is making. Others will argue that Zoe is delivering for the people. Zoe comes when people need him. He provides shelter. He provides services that the people really need, so they keep trusting him with leadership.
Right, I like it that way. Okay, granted, that makes sense. That makes sense if Zoe has delivered in the circumference of lawmaking and representation. So let's look at his track record as a lawmaker. The role of a lawmaker is to make law. You as a journalist, your role is to inform, educate, entertain the public, which you've done over time. So let's look at Zoe's role for 21 years. This is the only lawmaker lawmaking that has not drafted a single bill since he was born. So on what basis should we give him 32 years?
No, but they're either way. So he can sponsor, he can sponsor or co-sponsor a bill. Has he not done either of these?
I challenge you as a lawmaker to point out a single bill that has been co-sponsored by you. So has been on the autonomous agency, right? Autonomous agency, right? So I challenge you to show me one public hearing that Zoe have had to question this government about the yellow machine. Give me one public hearing that Zoe have had with water and sewer to tell why water is not coming. Give me one public hearing as well I've had to tell why EDC is misbehaving continuously.
That is the oversight. That is the oversight function, right?
He has failed to perform that over the year. For 21 good years, I challenge you.
So his supporters could argue, random woman, because his supporters could argue that his strength is in representation. His strength is in advocating for his people to get basic social services.
Okay, let's come. Okay, so it means you agree that he has failed on lawmaking.
No, I'm not agreeing with you, but I'm saying, let's say he may not be at his best at all of the three cardinal functions, but in the area of representation, he's been, doing relatively well. That's why people have been giving him re-election.
Show me a video clip that you saw Zoe putting him up to discuss any national issue. Quite recently, you saw Senator Nyantuan, fighting for the people on the ArcelorMittal issue. I want you to show me one clip that you see Zoe putting him up to talk about the Putu man in Nigeria, to see, what comes for that people, to see where all these logging companies in Nigeria, all these gold mines, these Boginabe coming in our forest, right, aggressively exploiting our forest. Show me one video clip. So it has never been about the people. So I've always used manipulative politics, uses cash to induce our people. So this movement was formed purposefully to educate our people, to tell them, the role of a lawmaker. So even Zoe himself, man, he less cash politics. Even though what Eric Snow, what Tomo Fala, and this guy Prince Johnson have done. So politics is to use cash. So politics is to manipulate. They're comparing with his peer who have similar characteristics. Can you take Zoe and compare him with Edison Snow? Edison has been a lawmaker for the second 1 year. See what Edison Snow did in district number 5. He left. He went in Bombay County in a little district. See what he's done. See the farm. See the amount of people that Edison Snow have as employee. See the transformative, legacy of Edison Snow. Leave Edison Snow. Right? They have assets, they have employed people, they have de-image their respective constituents and country, right? By providing basic social services that are accountable to them when they leave power. Those services, those knowledge, those environments that were created cannot be altered because they have fixed access in the context of development. Let's go to Prince Johnson the late. Prince Johnson left a relationship with leave with President Weah to ensure that a university today is built in Nima County. So what does Zoe have to demonstratively point to?
Similar thing can be said. We can say similar thing about Zoe leveraging his relationship with former President George Weah, and there is a hospital that have it been dedicated or to be dedicated, right? Wasn't that achieved?
I mean, you don't give people. You don't force it. You say that Zoe himself will reject it, right? So putting the CDC around 2020 when he wanted to become a senator, mind you. So first contested as senator in 2014, he was massively flocked by Marshall Dennis. So has never won a senate on his own. So for Zoe who come to the CDC, that hospital in Grand Jide has already been earmarked. So it was never Zoe initiative. Zoe doesn't have the capacity. He doesn't have the time.
Okay, fair enough. And this is going to bring me to this now. You have been a leader in the ranks and file of the CDC, from the Youth League coming up war to the National Executive Committee, right? That you hold different roles in. You knew this about Zoe, but you were there and Zoe made his way through the CDC and got elected on the CDC ticket to the Senate. Why didn't you raise these concerns, but you're raising them now?
No, we are not yet to shift blame, but we have apologized to Liberian people. It's better late than never. I apologize to the people of Grand Jide. I too am a victim because as a kid in 11th grade of putting Zoe at the time, man, I was desperate for growth for my country. I was desperate to see Liberia a better place. But after 21 good years, 2 master's degree, all of my experiences, has not made any single law. That is the argument we are having today. And on our political governance infrastructure, people have freedom of movement. So have the free chance to move and come to the CDC. Nobody in the world can reject support and supported us, and he came, we accepted him in good faith. But he had bad, dubious, wicked, and selfish agenda. So in this case, we are victim of Zo's scheme, his manipulation, his deceit, his honesty, lack of principle, his gross inconsistency. And because Zo is dealing with a lot of terrible things, a lot of foreigners, he always has to be in bed with the regime. Do you know that it was Zo, who initiated the coming of Ayrton and Boma in Liberia? Because he wanted space in the CDC government, he has to create, a manipulation that he has this group.
You mean the
leverage that?
You mean the much talk about Ayrton Iboma was Zo initiated?
And interesting to know why he's making all of this loud noise. He wants to be trusted by Joe Boyka. Now, do you know that the plane being used by Joe Boyka to go that private jet is provided by Ayrton and Iboma? Yes, this is a relationship of Zo Peno. Quite recently, that group in Liberia. So Zo now, the reason why he's talking loosely, because that's Ayrton and Iboma group, those friends of his that are in Burkina Faso, he wants them to have space again. You remember one time they were talking, they say they wanted to reawaken that Ayrton and Iboma due. It is because of Zo. That is how Zo he uses money to get the mind and the attention of the power that be. That is Zo right there. Fortunately, he's not in isolation. He's calculatively working with his criminal partner, Jeremiah Kun. These are co-criminal in standard position working in him. So everything he's all doing is an orchestration. It's in by Jeremiah Kun, because Jeremiah Kun is squad thinking. He thinks he can break the support of the CDC in the southeast, thus increasing his chances. What reason is the college? You saw you had the community guys. So I'm telling you that Zo over the year, legislation, poor was an inadequate representation, only self-enrichment. Because of this, key young people from around Green GDM, Labour may decide to fund it, no to Zo movement, no to 32 years. And as we speak, Zo
has been magnanimous. 1 minute, Zo has been magnanimous in reaching out to the basic needs of Grenadians. For example, providing micro loans, opportunity, providing scholarship for students, and of course, contributing to people shelter needs and all of that. Are these not tangible to count on?
No, my man, who can you in 21 years time? Show me one person that's all sent to school and the person get degree, scholarship.
You used to tell me you used to support him before. So you supported a man who wasn't contributing into the capacity building of the people of Grenada?
So how did he support to me, equate to going to AMU and getting a degree from there, going to Clark University, get a master, going there and get another master, going to Alabama State, put he equate to that. So because I support him, so because you support George, I mean that George be journalist. So now is that your argument?
No. The argument is right. You should present the counter argument against the fact that Zo has been contributing to capacity building opportunity for young Grenadians and of course supporting educational endeavors.
Show me one Grenadian who's sent to university and graduated on scholarship.
The Grenada University Student Association, Zo has been a contributor to them.
Wait, contributor is generic.
No. I don't have to call an individual to say, oh, this, but the fact that he has been making contribution to the umbrella organization.
So today, Speaker Kun, I don't like him. He's a regime speaker. Funny man.
No. Randa, let's stick to Zo, right?
I'm telling you, I'm giving reference. I'm saying Speaker Kun, I don't posture, but in less than I don't know how many years he got his scholarship. He got more than 15 students in Philippines. That is scholarship initiative. You can so I challenge you to point to a scholarship initiative that one student will place on the flight taken from Liberia to any part of the world. So I think achieved.
Okay.
It's having fun listening.
That is for Zo. That is for Zo office to respond to. But then beyond that, let's look at the other aspect, maybe the politics to some extent. Zoe has left your political institution, the CDC, and he have cast a lot of blames and, of course, responsibility on the CDC. You've said the CDC has been responsible for Grenjida backwardness, that CDC has benefited much from Grenjida, but they have given little in return. They have neglected the people, and he is leaving. How do you respond to that?
So it's a lose. He did not leave the party. He was expelled for gross insubordination, for violating, the loyalty clause of our party. The clause can be triggered whenever an individual transfer loyalty to another person, because the fundamental essence of our existence is to ensure that we get power, we fight the system, we fight the regime for their mass and colossal failure. Instead, is in bed with a regime that goes counterclockwise with our modus operandi as a political party. He's done that for 18 good months. 18 good months denigrating, insulting, distraction to the foul march of our movement. So he never leave. He didn't have the guts to leave because he could not win senatorial election on his own. He was massing the flock when he attempted contesting. He was beaten like a village cattle drum, dragged in a political mud, but he came to the CDC. So he could not leave. So you can be on your arms, think. No, that was myopic on his part. And so because we were very tolerant, we lying to go for 18 months.
So you expel him, and then he's saying that he does not regret the expulsion simply because the political organization has not delivered much for his people, and he wants a relationship that delivers for the people of Grenjida.
So if Zoa made those statements 3 years ago when we were in power, 3 years ago when he was on the plane, flying everywhere around the world, if he had made those statements, see everything in the statement. If Zoe was not flying on every flight of the presidency, if Zoe was not going places, enjoying himself, you hear him saying his daughter is in America, in medical school, his son in Paris, PhD, and all the other places. If he was not getting money to fund his lavish life 3 years ago, if he had made those statements, but making those statements after we lost the election, what do you say about his character?
No, but how do you counter the statement? How do you prove him wrong?
No, so proving him wrong is
what job did you create for the people of Grenjida? What empowerment did you create as a political party in a government then? What job did you create or empowerment did you do? What infrastructure intervention did you make?
When you talk about empowerment, I don't know what you talk about empowerment that the CDC made from Grenjida. We made empowerment on roads, right? For roads to be built, you first need to mobilize the resources. What we did as a party for Grenjida is that we mobilized resources for road connectivity, right? And we started off very well. We mobilized the resources in road from Ganta to Second PA, is connected by 2022. We have a 17-kilometer asphalt road already, done. And then we did pull the road on our head and carry Grenjida. The Bon County, Nima, they are all part of Grenjida. So in road connection, you got to start from where you have access. So we had the Ganta to Second PA 39-kilometer road. That was in progress. That was being built, and then from Ganta to Sunny Quarter, we built those roads from Second P to Tapeta, 61-kilometer road. The next step from Tapeta to Totan to Zwatu. We did that. Not just that, from Kelipo to Fishtown, and Fishtown to Kalokin, 80-kilometer and 20-kilometer road. All these roads were mobilized by us to connect Zwatu to the rest of the countries. So these are initiatives we carry out. You go in Peretan in Grenjida County, we build proper homes. When you enter Grenjida County, that's in the first time for Nima County. Those were homes built by George Weah, dedicated to poor Grenjidans. First time in Gabriel Camo. For the first time, the people in Bo and Plo in their entire life to see a living president was President Weah who went there
deep down between Riverside, Nima, and Paso, deep there, there's an area, Manseke Park. Nobody has gone there before to carry, the policy of the government, the president.
Then the question becomes, if you did all of that, 1 minute.
Wait a second. All of this were happening. We just talked about the hospital in Grenada, a regional referral hospital. And then we also talk about the governor of the Central Bank of Liberia. He was a son of Grenada. You talk about empowerment. The general minister of the county. You talk about empowerment. Peace Secretary in Grenada. Today, the guy who is called Kanyo Bagbara is a Grenadian. He was to LSCC, even though he was an embarrassment. I don't want to talk about Renda Dobayu myself here speaking. I was a deputy in government, and a relationship to make impact. So when Zoe talks about impact, that's why I say he spent almost 30 years in Zion. He cannot graduate because he doesn't have any interest in advancing his own knowledge and doing favor for himself.
But Zoe is not the only person that have left or that you have expelled. That equally hold senior level position in the CDC, but they have left saying that they are seeking greener pasture for the people of Nigeria that the CDC could not deliver for them.
So the Unity Party they are supporting today was in power for 12 years. Part of in power is in jail. That John Karan and all these guys, those 13 Nigerians were a symbolic representation of the 13 people that were placed on the pole. By Doe, Manasseh was vindictive. So was empowered. Then he collaborated with Manasseh to enslave Nigerians to punish them for another person's crime. Those were things we expected Zoe to do. He did not do it. When CDC came to power, Joshua came to power, he freed those people. Then you talk about what Grenada, what CDC has done, what Joshua has done for the people of Grenada. So Zoe is on trial here for and Manasseh to put Grenadians in jail. Zoe doesn't love Grenada. See how Zoe went into confusion with the children of Doe. And Doe is an uncle to Zoe. It is Zoe, older sister, brother with President Doe. Zoe today is who he is because of Samuel Kanye Doe. But see how he went into the water with Mami Doe. See how Mami Doe cry. See how the late Nessie to cry on Zoe. It tells you who Zoe is, ungrateful character. So if Zoe can go to the extent of being wicked to the late uncle, the uncle on whose sweat he has survived, who else Zoe cannot be ungrateful to Abu Shari? So let us not talk about Zoe character. It makes me emotional. Zoe is a terrible guy. So the worst thing that Zoe have done is to be an ingrate, not just to the CDC, not just to the people of Grenada, but to his Samuel Kanye Doe. He let Samuel Kanye Doe.
But he seems to be rallying. He seems to be rallying. He seems to be rallying the base in Grenada towards the Unity Party. Do you think he will be successful?
I mean, even in the worst history of CDC, in terms of electoral history, was 2011. At the time, Georgia did not contest. That Wilson contested. That was the worst history ever. When we quote unquote said so we lost election. In that election, we got 71% in Grenada. It was the least we ever got it. No one Grenada. Nobody so wasting your time. So
yeah, but that happened all those times. People like Zoe have been with you in some ways, either collaborating or part of you.
No,
but now he's leaving.
Zoe was never with us at the time. So supporting the Unity Party. So has never been with the CDC. So only he strained his conscience to come to the CDC because he wanted power. He came here beg. He came to the CDC. So has never been in the CDC. So when you talk about Zoe,
I mean, in other words, in or as a collaborator.
He has never been a collaborator. Zoe came to the CDC when we already won. How difficult for you to understand that, Mr. Abu Shari?
No, because what I'm looking at, this man has presided in the country for well over 20 years. He is well grounded and, of course, known to many with voting and rights and all of that. I mean, he has the personality to an extent for the time that he has been in power, and to lose him, some are saying that Of course, it could be some blow.
So let me tell you this, right? Zoe has been Zoju stronghold of Zoe. Zoe came to the Senate in 2020 during the midterm election, right? It was when he came, and since then, Zoe in the last few months and years, those in Green in two zones. He doesn't go Zoju. Why? Because he is wanted in Zoju. The people of Grenji, they're angry. Elon Madison, well, that mistake has it and try to link. So I don't have the evidence. There is this election worker called or this queen was, I forget his name. He got an electoral magistrate. Mysteriously, it's alleged that Zoe and Otto are ritualistically involved with that guy. And so has placed a lot of Nigerians in jail. He said they vandalized his house. So he has lost popularity in Zoe. The AG church in Zoe, we challenged him. We started with challenging him. He did not go there. So Zoe has lost aggressively to the extent that Zoe is no. What reason is Zoe in Zoe?
Let's talk about that AG church thing. Let's talk about the AG church thing. He brought it up, and it's good that you're talking about it now. Is it true that former President we have made a pledge there that he did not fulfill?
Judge, we have made a fulfilled pledge. The money, the 75,000 was given to Zoe and go and deliver, and Zoe failed to deliver to the people of Green. They should be apologizing for his sin. You listen to Carol Gray gave you the debunking statement. You know, George Weah Dawson, he's not a man that can swallow his words. He doesn't promise recklessly that Zoe Penner.
You mean Zoe Penner is the one that ate the people money instead?
So ate the money, he squandered the money, he diverted the money to few. So it's a handless man. So it's a deceitful character. So when it goes after nutrient, he doesn't care. He's a terrible guy to even waste our time on. But again, we have to do this because it's our responsibility to educate, inform, and redeem our people and make them understand that Zoe needs to free Grenjide. Grenjide needs redemption. So they know the Zoe movement, they know the 32 years movement. Today, as I speak to you, we have a branch in South Korea headed by Lawrence Garrett. We are not just stopping there. We also have a branch in Europe, in the UK, headed by John Akinire, a very Grenjidian and artist specialist. And we also have a branch in Canada, headed by a progressive young Grenjidian called Mr. Kamara in Canada, who has our Canadian branch of the Nodoso. And we have one in the United States of America, headed by Alicia among the progressive lady. She hails from the same town of Zoe Penner. She is a question to Zoe Penner, in fact.
But these people, all these people you're naming, they're way across the Atlantic. We are talking about Grenji there. I mean, how is the message resonating? How's the message resonating in the county?
I was just listening. All of our group is just interrupted. We have another group, Notoso, in Monserrato, coordinating all students and Grenjidans living in Monserrato, headed by Mr. Sylvester Clark. And then in Grenjide County, the model entity is there. It's headed by a former representative candidate, a young man called Samson Bosso. That model body is in Grenjide. We have all of the, I think, 72 plus communities in Zoeju. We have structures everywhere. We have our global advisor, Mr. Mone William, and then we have Mr. Stephen Doyle. He's a progressive young Grenjidians. And so this movement is not just a movement in the belly of Dubai. I'm the global leader.
And lastly, I ask you, and then I go to the phone lines. Will this movement succeed, or is it a movement disguised that's going to be there to further campaign for Zoe instead of denying the chance?
Our intent now, as I speak to you, so he's being booed, he's being questioned, the message is resonating. We keep asking, where are the laws? How many laws have you made? Your major role is to make law. So is the only lawmaker who doesn't like making law. The lawmaker who doesn't like legislating. The only lawmaker lawmaker who doesn't talk about law. So people now have started asking, so this is the essence of this school. The essence of this school is to go around the country and compare oversight role of all lawmakers to what Zoe has done and tell our people the role of the lawmaker. If Zoe wants, let him go to LACE or let him go to some welfare entity. If he feels the people need zinc, let him legislate that, let him come to the budget and support the people. Not to take cash, new money. All got their information, and most of this money, he printing those money from China here in Jeremiah. They use them to lie. They are the one triggering inflation in that country because they bring in money outside the formal sector.
You are accusing the senator and the vice president of printing counterfeit. Is that what you're saying?
My man, they think that open secret. Why you think so always need a government backing? So it's a PM. Why you don't know that? But okay. Everybody knows. So if you don't know that, then you should beg me for. You should take me for news.
Let's go to the phone.
You don't know that. But you be the first journalist who don't know that.
The phones are already ringing. Good. 0776 104 104 086 500 104 plus 231 86 500 104 are the numbers to call to be live. Okay, let's take you. Randa Dubai is our guest. Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning, Abu. How you doing?
Good morning.
Okay, this is Ziggy Amanga from my political reservoir. I understood the brother in studio of guest is a very eloquent guy. I monitor him very well. And you just asking the last question, why are you accusing the vice president and Zoe? Can you remember 2020 you have a ticket or let's say election ballot was free for Grand July to talk with bread? That was in Bobby County. And Bobby County who were found in Grand July. So why can you think that he's not a BM? And then you get the conservation coming to the CDC was not coming to the CDC to play a loyalty. You were coming to the CDC to seek something. So let me comment about you and the other guys. The issue of the guy who was saying they will get changeable. 2029 is something, the election is changeable.
So you agree that Zoe should not go back?
Why should he go back? If you go in by then you show something changeable, but you have spent 2021, it's too long that talkment scenario going to follow in this country.
Okay, let's take more. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Abu.
Good morning, sir.
And good morning to your guest. Well, my name is Mohammed Donald Jr. Well, I want to appreciate the way you for his own step that he's taking against the senator. Because this senator really, this guy has not done anything for the people of Grand July County. Come Thornton, and I want to tell the Grand July, you shouldn't invest this guy. You're rooting out. Thank you.
Root him out. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Let's hear you.
Okay. My name is Richard Peter. I join you from Telecom.
From Telecom. Are you from Grand July County?
Yeah, I'm not from Grand July. I'm from Tano.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. That is the whole Southeast.
But no, let me say this, my brother. Don't lose anything. That man is political and Bishop expire. That man you see that he's not good man. We're not carrying that man.
But the man said he will deliver you all the Southeast people to Unity Party. You all agree?
Let me say this. CDC that party when people can honor you, they can bring peace. But when you disgrace them, they can disgrace you. When disgrace people, not only those. So we're waiting.
Okay. We're waiting. Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Sokita and I call you from Ghana to represent Ghana.
Go ahead.
So, my big brother is still a senator because Honorable Zupeno will not be re-elected. Because if you see that Honorable Zupeno no longer put possession again anymore, he's certain Grand July passing all around, it's because of the fear. He's already afraid that he is not contesting on the CDC ticket. And the Southeast is for the CDC. We know that, everybody knows that. You have to use any other thing to know that the Southeast is for the CDC. So this is what Zupeno is always in the country. He just lying to the people.
Okay, in the country lying to the people. Let's take more calls. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, brother. Most of the kids are never calling from the Virginia district. Let me clearly say this. Zoe is a betrayer and he will be out.
Do you support the campaign against Zoe Penn?
100% supporting Zoe. We say no to Zoe. Then lying and putting other people to be a personal being. So Zoe will be out personally.
Okay, thank you very much. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, we lost our caller. Let's take this person from the diaspora. Good morning.
Good morning, Abu. Good morning to my good friend and brother in studio, Honorable Rano Masakwe Dubayu. And I'm Tayo Shaggy Jr. and I call from Minnesota this morning.
Go ahead, my brother.
I just want to congratulate my brother Dubayu for his step he taking to rescue our people from the nightmare called Zoe in my panel. Actually, Zoe is a serious embarrassment. He don't need to be retained as our senator. So I just want to use the medium to congratulate my brother Dubayu. We are all in this together.
So as a Grenadier, as a Grenadier, do you agree with the points Dubayu and others are raising against Zoe?
I'm 100% agree. Look, those points, if I said Dubayu is polishing his words, honestly. Zoe is a man. I don't even need to be seen around the entire Grenadier county.
Is the country that tired? Is the country that tired with Zoe Penner?
The country is more than tired. Tired is an understatement. The country is suffering from serious fatigue of Zoe in my opinion. Zoe Penner is a burden. Zoe Penner is a serious ability on that country. Zoe Penner hate the country when they pretend that he love the country.
Okay.
Why you think Zoe Penner is the only senator in your country not passing around sharing kind of money? Why you think so?
All right, thank you very much. Let's take more calls. This seems to be a real morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, morning, Abu.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Abu, this is David King. I joined you this morning from the round of Yahweh. And let me say good morning to Rana. Rana, I salute you this morning. You know, Rana didn't lie concerning Zoe Penner. Zoe Penner had nothing substantive to offer another legislature. Zoe Penner cannot point out one legislation that he applied or one bill that he co-sponsored. Zoe Penner had just been there trying to master ride things over there, using cash violence on the people of Nigeria to have himself elected. Nothing Zoe Penner has done for the people of Nigeria.
Okay.
Zoe Penner's time in the legislature is over, and I saw it. Those guys should muster the courage and get it out.
Okay, muster the courage and getting out. Good morning on this other line.
Good Sherry.
Morning.
Yeah, good morning to your studio guys. My name is James Tama. I do join you from the second. Let me first commend your studio guest for key point. You know, embarrassment to CDC. And we pray and hope that this time around, we will pressure him. I'm asking by you that they saw it. Because for me, I will be on my way to come into the building. So we wanted a short unity so that we can stay country that we don't want to see. If I will get no goes, that is my point. So I will really like to get in contact with by you because people in Maryland and with people.
Okay. To get in contact with Dubayu, the young people want to start the movement against Zoe and his new allies.
Good morning.
Morning, you're the last caller.
Good morning, Abu Sharif. My name's Richard Lamu Asamu Wanti. You know, Abu, we live in a country now where that is taking a different trend. What do I mean? I hope that the 100 plus pieces of machine will be with different radio ways so that the people where other issues can be solved.
Okay, Richard, thank you very much. We were talking Grenadier, the Southeast issues and all of that. This caller from the diaspora, I'm just going to squeeze you 30 seconds, please. Let's go ahead.
Thank you, Abu Shari. Assalamu alaikum. This is Adi Masari from Maryland, USA. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Rano, in the studio there. Quickly, but Abu Rano, Zoe just got elected because CDC, they start of voting, vote one, vote all. That's why gets Zoe to where he is today. And being expelled from the CDC.
But the message, he doesn't care about the CDC. He's leaving, he's finding new friends, and they're going to ensure that they sweep the Southeast for UP.
Okay, and that is where now we're going to see the UP strength and the CDC strength. He will know that he got elected because the law of Joshua and CDC vote one, vote all. That's why got some of these people elected because they tried, they couldn't make it. Let's go to CDC. That's the massive party, and the people love George Weah, and the love of George Weah, they can go and do anything.
Okay, all right, thank you. I'm sorry, I have to hold you. Aliu, time is fast spent. Who's seeing this UP guy who have to stop calling? Time we're done with the calls. All the phones are still ringing. Randa, you listen to the calls.
So, Abu, you listen to people validating our campaign. Every statement we made were made based on facts. Zoe for 23 good years has legacy. He has made no meaningful legislation, poor oversight, inadequate rotation. All he has is self-enrichment. So Grand Jury has given Zoe 23 years of stagnation. That's why he gives the.
Okay, though by you,
who does that? A lawmaker who doesn't make law. So the country needs to breathe. So my brother, secretary who calls from Minnesota, is a childhood friend of mine. We were in school together before in Grand Jury. I've known secretary when I was in first grade. Secretary was in third grade. Okay. We've known each other. Just imagine. And today I have 2 masters. It just tells you. The man, in fact, to be brothers. So when we talk to you as Christians, we talk to you from the position of power and authority, understanding and passionate love for our country. Ask yourself, Abu, I think you're from Mark TV, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, if I'm from Bond County, see what president like him, he just presented a technical college. If people use money to induce people, that money should be tangible to the extent that you want to leave. Those assets will benefit the people. Prince Moi, he is a junior lawmaker to Zoe in the context of longevity.
Yeah, he has presented a beautiful technical college.
And now it has been validated. So this one is from your country, so you know it's validated. So look at Jeremiah and Jeremiah Sokan, a freshman lawmaker in House. He has proposed a bill to make Zwaju Multilateral an autonomous institution like BWR.
Okay.
That is what a progressive person does. Look at that one way. He just went in the House. He has presented 2 bills. You know, these are simple every indicator of somebody who wants betterment for their people. Okay. Not to be passing around, you know, just beyond presidency. And you want people to look at you, you want power, you're desperate for attention. So Peno needs to politically repent, he needs to relinquish from the poverty, from the bondage of backwardness, poor and inadequate representation. Let a progressive Grenadian idea that if not Zoden, who is an insult to Grenadians around the world, we are almost 500.
Okay.
Extremely educated, with adequate progress to lead our country. So thank you for the show. We are on Zoe, we'll campaign against it and we'll inform our people so we'll not be re-elected. You'll be massively flop.
Thank you. Thank you very much. His name is Randa Dobayu, the lead campaigner for the Say No to Zoe Emmanuel Pena, 2029 Grand Jury County. A citizen based advocacy, pushing for progressive leadership, adequate and of course practical representation, deliverable, serving the hallmark of anybody that must lead. So he's been our guest here. It seems the conversation is actually gaining ground. But can this be translated to other areas, especially from the perspective of the CDC? Can there be a whole organization of grassroots mobilization against failed politicians who've always exploited their public offices against the people? Dillon, for example. Can there be a whole movement set up? Young Bleed and a host of others. to name. 2029 got to be a revolution by the people, and they must uproot all of those who are. My name is Abu, and I gotta go. Until we see you tomorrow, do have a wonderful time. Bye-bye.
When they were coming, they said they were liberators.